get started here, we've got head coach Ed Cooley. He'll open with a statement. We'll move on to questions. Make sure that we have mics in hands, and we'll start with Patrick Stevens from the Post once he gets through station.
All right, clearly a lot of motion there. It's a lot of different ways to start. First, I thought we played one of the more connected teams in our league, if not the country, with their experience. You can see how well they play off of one another, very comfortable. I didn't think we had a physical approach today, right? I mean, we gave up 73% from two, right? It was a layup fest. We looked disconnected on both offense and defense. We didn't have the right chemistry together. Obviously, last three games, you can see how, we got to do a better job with these guys, with the guys that haven't played a lot for us early now that we have to lean into based on a lot of the injuries and sicknesses we had. Caleb coming back, hadn't practiced in 2 weeks. He had a light practice yesterday, coming off of his concussion. Drew Fielder had been playing well and then tweaked his back in practice. And I walked through this morning, so probably shouldn't even played him today. And obviously, the biggest loss so far is not having Thomas in front of the rim. So you can see just how disconnected we are on both sides of the ball, playing guys that haven't played a particular position. And we got to find a way to get these guys, our guys, more connected before we play on Tuesday. It's a really, really quick turnaround. This is, scheduling wise from our league it's been unbelievable. It's been very, very challenging given the injuries and just sicknesses we've had. It's been something that I haven't gone through ever as a head coach, given everything that's changed. But we have an opportunity on Tuesday. I'm very proud of how hard our guys played. We just played a better team, right? The better team won today, no matter what we did. They had an answer for. Cam played like he was a first-team All-American today, player of the year in our league. He was big time, right? And they made some timely shots. A lot of that had to do with them more so than it was us. So the better team won. We'll keep positive and keep our guys moving forward.
And you have seen over the last few games that it's been more of the defense than the offense. In the first half, it was the offense as well that had struggled without Tommy in there. How much of that was just simply not having somebody to throw it into, and how much of it did you think was you guys maybe getting sped up or making decisions that prematurely, basically, in the course of the offense?
I don't know how much we got sped up as it was, I think I made a coaching mistake. We shouldn't have played Fielder, right? Again, I'm always going to trust what the player tells me, but sometimes I got to trust my own eyes, right? He just wasn't moving well in the locker room, and I thought that slowed us down. So, and then they got some energy from the threes that they made, and then the game kind of played even from there, right? After halftime, I don't know how much, and then our connectivity. Our synergy offensively wasn't there. I think we played Curtis Williams at the 4, given we had to sit Caleb just because he hadn't practiced and he was a little gassed. We'll have to adjust to that. I don't know if we were sped up as it so much was we just didn't have any connectivity at all.
And that was a poor phrasing on my part. It just
It's
seemed
okay,
like
it's okay. I can understand that.
With what Jones is able to do tonight and just this season in general as a distributor, as opposed to what we saw a lot from him last year playing off of Cooley, just how impressive was he tonight to you, and just how much did that just kind of, like you said, one of those things where a team is going to struggle if the guy's playing the way that he did.
I think it's a credit to him staying in school, right? You don't have too many really great players that have the mindset of sticking with it, right? And playing it out, playing their way in, going through a process, being on a successful team. When teams win, everyone eats. When teams win, everyone eats. And they have a really, really connected group. Obviously, he's the leader of that group. You can see the roles that they're all in. I think Shaka's done a great job. They're one of the few schools in the country, I think, that hasn't utilized the portal. So I think that's a credit to their culture and their system. But Cam is, I think he's a first-team all-conference player, and he'll be right there at the end of the day to be one of the players of the year in our league.
First half, Peavy struggled.
Yep.
He saw a lot of eyes and chests on every play.
Yep.
Second half, how did you wiggle him free? How was he able to wiggle free and get some better looks?
Well, you know what? We made a small adjustment with respect to not having them in their gaps. They're a very heavy gap protected team, right? So, and again, they attack the ball. Anytime the ball goes below the free throw line, they really do a good job. And again, obviously, Peavy, the way he has been playing, I mean, he's at the top of everybody's scouting report. So it was high alert on him. And, in a little bit, we weren't able to free him up based on off the ball action that we normally have, given if we have our normal players out there. So we had some guys out there that just never played that position. Burks hadn't played the 5. He played a couple of possessions against, I think, Connecticut, a couple against Butler, but not many. So again, it's almost like we're back in November with this group here as far as chemistry and continuity. But we eventually were free. It's a 40-minute game. I thought we made the right adjustments to get there. Then you got to get lucky to try to get a little bit closer.
For what he's brought to your program, is he one of your foundational guys when he going forward?
100%. I mean, if we can find more character men like him, tough men like him, buy-in guys like him, when you attack this new system, the portal, you got to get lucky sometimes because, we're going to make some mistakes on personalities, skill, toughness, people that are here for academic reasons, right? The portal has taken away, this whole transfer thing has taken away what's super important. Yes, everybody's going to come to Georgetown to get to the NBA. We understand that. But at the end of the day, is education still being pushed toward these young men and women versus, every time you hit adversity, you're leaving. I don't know if the system's set up to help our young men and women fight through adversity. I just don't think kids are built that way today.
Let's go to Musa Malik with Underdog Media and the Georgetown High School Sim program, and then we'll
Hey,
go to Marcus
what's
Washington.
up?
Hey, Coach. In a game like today, you see what separates a good player from a great player. For guys like PV and Burks, who got his first ever double-double, what can you say about a player like that and how they attack a game, even in a situation like this?
Well, I mean, I'm very proud of Jordan, right? Very, very proud of him. He waited his turn and he's doing really well. He's a very established player, right? He's a 5th-year guy, has played in a lot of high-level games. And again, he has been carrying us a long time. So for what both of them did today, it's to be expected, especially from Peavy. I'm very, very happy and hopefully that we can get another performance out of Jordan like that come Tuesday evening.
Coach, you talked about the quick turnaround and guys playing in spots that they're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Tuesday, we're late Saturday night. As a coach and staff, how do you get those guys to that point in such a small time period?
Probably got to condense a couple of things, right? We still have probably 70 hours to go through some situations, right? You're probably not going to have 70 hours with them, but as a staff, we'll get together and try to condense something where we don't have an extensive playbook. We'll probably shorten up the rotation with respect to our defensive rotations, and that's hard to do to make the adjustment this late in the season, But we're going to have to do that. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. It's not going to happen right now, but over the next 6 hours, we'll watch some film and break down Villanova. We had a great win today against Butler. We'll have to figure it out.
And how do you keep the guys focused on winning? This has been an extended losing streak with a lot of adversity. How do you keep this together from just going sideways?
Be open, honest, and direct with your guys, right? You can't hide. We just went through. We played 3 of the top 4, if not the 3 best teams in our league, right, in consecutive games. A couple of which were back-to-back on the road, given the injuries and stuff we went through. This is what we signed up for, right? This is not put your head in the sand and feel like woe is me. Opportunities knocking for the guys who are out there, so they got a chance to really perform to see where we're going as we move forward, right? We still got Villanova. We got to go to DePaul, and then we have the Big East tournament. So there's a lot of basketball left to be played. I think as a coach, as a leader, as a staff, we have to continue to inspire, give our guys motivation to, hey, there's opportunity knocking here, right? And we're going to do that. I'm excited about where we're at, right? Yeah, we lost a couple of games, but that's fine. We're going to do everything we can. We're going to buckle up, and we're going to be prepared for Tuesday.
Any questions remaining? Here we go to John Titel from Hoops HD.
I do, man.
Good. Since you mentioned that guys come here to play in the NBA, when do you anticipate that Thomas will make a final decision on his future? And can you give us some insight into what the conversation's like between you and a player like that?
Well, the thing is, I'm always going to do what's best for Thomas Soren. I'm gonna, you know, his mom, you know, I'm pretty sure his representatives, will give him the right information, and we're gonna do what's right for him. At this point in time, we don't have a lot that we talked about with respect to are you coming back or not, right? It all depends. It all depends on the intel we get from, again, in the NBA, like kids pick colleges. The NBA picks you, right? And again, we're blessed to have Thomas. We're blessed to have what he has done and what he's brought to our program. Thomas will allow us to go out and get the number 1, 2, or 3 center in America the next time that position up. You know, that's what this has done for us, right? It talks about player development. It talks about opportunity. It talks about the Big East. So when that time comes, I'll let you know, but we haven't gone into deep discussion on that. But at the end of the day, we're gonna do what's right for Thomas. 1,000% we're gonna do what's right for Thomas. And it's time for Thomas to roll, he rolls. If he comes back, Hoya Saxon.
Anything from the AP?
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.